Alright guys, so I just wanted you guys to realize that, I don't know, this video is dark, the lighting sucks, but the point is more appropriate than the picture. Maybe it's just audio, that's all that matters. A lot of you guys are getting frustrated with numbers. Don't stress out so much, man, about the numbers, and I'll tell you why. If you stress out about the numbers, you're going to drive yourself crazy, because there's too many factors that go into it. I just had a couple of gals that were freaking out because they've been now at 1 or 2 weeks now where the weight's been same. They dropped like 5 or 10 pounds each, just boom, like right away. And they couldn't lose any more, and they haven't even been dieting for very long. But just like 2 or 4 weeks, something like that. And they're tripping because their body weights staying the same. Remember, we're building muscle and losing fat simultaneously. That's the way this program works. So you can't be so tripping out on just the weight loss, if that makes sense. If you haven't been hitting the weights hard in the gym hard, you're probably going to be most likely gaining some muscle with this program, because we train hard. So finally I said, let's take some measurements, guys. If you take some measurements, there's different tools to find out if we're getting progress or not. One of them, are we getting stronger or weaker? Is the scale going up, down, or is it staying the same? How's your guys' meal plans? You guys are on your macros, and they were doing everything right. And so I said, you guys are looking leaner. Let's do some measurements. Let's see what happens. So sure enough, the legs were bigger. They'd both gained about 3 inches per leg, both gals. But their waists, they had both lost 4 to 5 inches each on their waists. Right across the belly button. That had gone down. I think both girls were 5 inches, but one of them might have been 4, I'm not sure. But between the two of them, 9 or 10 inches of loss around the stomach area. So, and that's in like 2 to 4 weeks. That's a lot of inches on the waist. Some people, it takes them a whole fucking year, 6 months to a year, to lose those inches on the waist or the belly. And that's what a lot of people don't realize, is that it's the lifestyle, man. It's the type of training that's more important than anything else. Because you can go on this stupid-ass HCG diet, lose a whole bunch of weight really fast, be weak, be hungry, be tired, and the doctors won't let you exercise because the women are on 500 calories a day, fucking starving to death. Men are on 100 calories a day, starving to death. It's a bad idea. It's a bad plan. It's an okay shoot out of the, like a sprinter who, gets a jump start out of the blocks. I'm not against it to initiate some initial weight losses of confidence build, but those muscles are saggy and flabby and everything's soft. And so as soon as you say, fuck this diet, and the doctors won't let you exercise because you're not getting enough macros, you put all the weight on and then some. And that's what's happened to every fucking person I've seen if they don't learn to change their lifestyle and eat more and exercise. Because as soon as I took a guy that had dropped from 305 to 275, plateaued, couldn't get anywhere, I took him from 275 down to 214, and then and I upped his calories. All I did was implement cardio and weight training. And instead of being plateaued and hungry and pissed off and miserable all the time in 275, he was lean and mean at 214. And I took that same client a couple years later and I chopped him down in 90 days to where he was, because he tried to do things on his own, and he got off his meal plan and everything, and he even avoided the gym for a while, blew up to 255. So I took him in 90 days from 255 to 196. Eat more, weight train, and cardio. That's all he did, and he came in a really, really close second out of a whole bunch of people in a weight loss, 12-week weight loss challenge. And the other time where I dropped him down from the 275 to the 214, he won that challenge, first place. He just had a tougher competitor this time that had a lot more to lose than he did, and so even though he looked way better in the end, because he was able to have a Speedo and, posing trunks and everything for his after pictures, he still looked 10 times better than the guy that beat him, but it was just off of overall weight loss. And the guy lost more because he had more to lose, but it was really close. It was like even 5-10 pounds between him and that winner that year. So the plan works, guys, but you got to look at all the variables. Is the scale going down? If it is, you're probably doing it right. If you're exercising, you're eating properly. If the scales if the body fat percentage is going down with the calipers, the handheld things, throw them in the fucking garbage. Those are garbage. I was 5.7 in 2010. I was veiny and grainy. I had veins and everything at 225 pounds. I was 5.7% on the calipers, 5 weeks out from the cup, and 23% on that fucking handheld thing. It's garbage. It's bullshit. It's a fucking lie, and it destroys people's confidence. Because if they're gaining a bunch of muscle and the scale's not going down very much, it's still gonna read fat as fuck. So handheld, garbage. You need calipers or you need underwater weighing. I don't go off anything else. You got all these fancy machines until you really prove to me that that's legit. I ignore them. I think they're a waste of time, and I think that they're garbage. But if you have the calipers or the underwater weighing and somebody doing the test that knows what the fuck they're doing, that's a good gauge of knowing if you're making the right, results. If the scale's going down, you're probably getting the right results. If your clothes are fitting looser in the waist, you're probably getting the right results. Those are what you need to look at, not what does the scale say all the time. That's one tool, guys. When I won the Mr. Washington, I weighed 202. You can weigh up to 225. I weighed in at the bottom of the heavyweight class. And I've weighed in a lot bigger and still pretty veiny and stuff at 212, 214. And have placed 3rd, 4th, 5th. The quality of the physique wasn't as good at 213, 214 as it was at 202, 203, 201. Those have been my best physiques, between 201 and 203. And if I go any lower than that, then I get too stringy, too skinny. You got to find out where your best look is at. Everybody's different. Matt Loudon has one of the best physiques on the planet. He's won nationals and junior nationals and state championships and everything. He comes in peeled at 203, but he looks on stage, he looks 240 to 260. And he's got little joints and tiny waist and perfect aesthetics and symmetry, huge legs, awesome striations, a lot of lines, ripped to the bone. That's the difference between a number and reality, because the mirror is another tool, but the mirror can fool you too. You have to have an expert look at you because, if you have reverse anorexia, you're gonna always think you're too small, and if you're too easy on yourself, man, I look damn good, and no, if you're fat as fuck, or you're skinny as hell, and you're flat, and you need the carb load, you need somebody there who's got an eye for it, says, this is what we got to do. All right, running out of time, running out of tape. Bust your ass, use common sense with these things, guys. Work with an expert or find somebody who knows what they're talking about, and so that they keep you on track, keep you realistic. All right? Take care, guys, and God bless. Size, growth, get big.